how do I feel about the achievements that I see? In a way, it's not surprising, but to know about it from the reports I used to hear from what was published from Bilal Muslim Mission, or I hear from others, is a different thing from actually meeting the people who are the fruits of his hard work.
Whenever and wherever we started the madrasa, we started the preaching, we started to send Ahlul Bayt's message. Really, people without any problem, they accept it.
Japo na changamoto ya maisha, mimi nimekubali mwenyewe kwa ridhaa yangu kuwa mwanafunzi bora wa Shia. Madhehebu yote ya Shia nimekubali, mwanafunzi bora wa Al-Bayt.
They do everything by iman, that level of iman. So considering those factors and their lifestyle, they need quite assistance.
I am Sayyid Muhammad Rizvi. My father, the late marhum Al-Allama Sayyid Akhtar Rizvi, was the pioneer of tabligh and missionary activities in Africa, and he is the one who initiated the process which formally was known as Bilal Muslim Mission. And today I'm on this journey to visit one of the centers which is the fruits of his work in the early days. My late father, Allama Sayyid Akhtar Rizvi, may Allah shower his blessings upon his soul. He originally came from northeastern part of India. Our family, as the name says, are from Sadat Radavi. Our ancestors had migrated from Iran about 400 years ago to India, and they settled down in this area which is now known as Bihar. My grandfather himself was an alim and a tabib at the same time. It's interesting that in India there were many ulama who would also study ilm al-tib to become doctors, practicing herbal medicine, the traditional way of treating illness of the people. And this was one way that they would also support themselves as well as do their religious activities. And so my grandfather himself had studied in one of the famous Hawza in Lucknow, which is a major Shia center in northern India. And so already my late father had kind of a role model for himself, and he continued in that path. So it's not only my grandfather, but even the maternal grandfather of my father. So my grandmother's father was also a tabib and a very learned person. Especially he had a very good library. And according to what my father writes in his own autobiography, that during the childhood they used to spend their summer vacation at their maternal grandfather's home. And one of the good times that he had was spending in his personal library. And this is the time when he was already into the religious studies. it was in that house of his maternal grandfather that this dream of going to a remote place to serve the Mazhab Ahlul Bayt actually materialized, in a sense that one of the things he used to read quite a lot was a journal published those days, and we are talking about 30s and 40s, which was published from Lucknow, from a Hausa who used to send preachers and muballighin to different parts of India, and few of them would even end up in Africa, where they would come and do tabligh to the Khoja Shia Isnashari community in this part of the world. And these muballighin would actually send back the reports to their institution in Lucknow, which will be published in the journal that they had. And those reports and reading them actually was very interesting for him, and it kind of motivated him to try to see if he can also, when he grows up and finishes his education, go into that similar journey to a remote place. Some of the leaders of the Khoja community here who were part of the committee which would go and look for capable scholars in India and Pakistan to invite them to come to East Africa to basically help the community in the spiritual matter and to guide the community. And it was through that process that they actually approached my late father in late 50s, and based on that invitation he came to Africa first time in 1959. This was a very new journey for him, but it is connected to his dream of his early teens, when he used to look at the reports of other muballighin who had come earlier to Africa. And so he traveled those days from Bombay to Dar es Salaam by sea, and that's almost a 2 weeks journey. And he came here, and from Dar es Salaam he traveled to a city in the southern parts of Tanzania. It's actually there's the same direction we are going. This road will actually end up to the city of Lindi, although his first journey to Lindi was by plane. And it's there that he served the community for about 2 or 3 years. I was just 3 years old when we came. He went back to India and then brought the family. The first visit he came alone, and after about 6 months or a year he went back to bring us, and I was three years old when we came to Lindi. And recently when I was looking at his diary of those days to prepare his biography, it's interesting, and this is an important point to keep in mind, that when he came to Africa, nobody had asked him that you are going to be dealing mostly with the Khoja Shia Isnashari community, but maybe you should also think about spreading the word of Ahlul Bayt, the Mazhab of Ahlul Bayt, among the Africans, because this was not done before by anyone. There were Shia communities in all major cities of East Africa 50 years before that. And he realized that, the ulama who had been coming in the past never talked about this issue of spreading the word of Ahlul Bayt and the message of the madhab to others. There was no inclination in the community itself, and so it was not an easy task just to start it and get support from the community. But he studied this structure and he realized they have this system here among the Khoja community that the local Jamaats are all affiliated with the federation of this region, and they are the one actually who guide the local Jamaats. And so this is where he started identifying the people in the leadership who would be, accepting this idea of tabligh among the indigenous people. It's in early 60s that my father moved from Arusha to Dar es Salaam, and it was in the leadership of the Dar es Salaam Jamaat that he found more willingness as far as tabligh among the indigenous people is concerned. And so he prepared a draft for a resolution which can be presented to the general body of the Dar es Salaam Jamaat. It was approved there to be sent further as a resolution to the Federation of the Khoja Shia Ishnashri Jamaats of East Africa in the tri-annual conference which was held in 1964 in Tanga. And that's where that resolution was adopted, and that's how officially Bilal Muslim Mission came to exist. So this is the official beginning of the institution known as Bilal Muslim Mission. There were two branches open, one in Tanzania, registered here, and one in Kenya.
Ni mwaka 1975 ndani ya mwezi wa 10 Maulana Sayyid Akhtari ametuletewa dhahabu hii ya Ahlul Bait.
Salawat.
Mubalifu wa kwanza alikuwa anafundisha madarasa hiyo alikuwa Sheikh Muhammad Uthman Mteta. Kwa bahati mbaya hapa yuko machoni kwetu sasa. Nilianza na wanafunzi 40. Kisha hali ikawa imeenda vizuri sana alhamdulillah. Zikatokea sababu zisizoweza zuilika. Sheikh Ramadhan Idrisa akashindwa kukaa mji, akaondoka Dar es Salaam, akabaki Sheikh Muhammad Uthman Mteta. Hapo kidogo madrasa ikayumba ikawabakisha kina Sheikh Bakari Mbelango kama idadi ya watu 9 tu. Kwa bahati nzuri mimi nikatoka sasa visiwani kuja hapa Ikulili kwa kuhamia rasmi. Nilipouliza nikaambiwa ipo madrasa ya Ahlul Bait hapa, nikaenda kuiangalia nikaona kidogo haipo katika hali nzuri. Unatokana na kizazi cha Maulana aliyetujulisha Uislamu sahihi. Tunahesabu Uislamu sahihi kwa sababu Uislamu wa Ahlul Bait ndio kiini. Uislamu wa Kishia ndio kiini, na tusingeupata kama si juhudi za Maulana. Leo watoto wa Maulana mmetutembelea, tunahesabu tuna ugeni mkubwa sana. Siji shukrani zetu hazina kifani. Tunasema alhamdulillah. Kwa hayo mafupi, nisipoteze muda, tunatoa shukrani kwanza kwa uongozi uliokuwepo sasa hivi. Tunatoa shukrani kwa wageni wetu. Nikiona picha yako Sheikh, naiona picha ya Maulana. haina shaka yoyote. Na kama mtu aliwahi kumwona Maulana akiona picha hii, basi tunahesabu tunaye Maulana. Na kwa vile katuachia juhudi na katuachia watoto tunasema auladu swaliha, tunasema alhamdulillah Maulana tunaye. Mengi ya kuongea sina, ni kukaribisha labda mgeni wangu au wageni wetu mzungumze na waumini wetu tulikuwa nao mbele yetu hapa. Falyatafadhali.
Just let me emphasize on one hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That we are all part of the same tree, where he says that Islam is shajaratun ana asluha, where the Prophet himself says that I am the foundation of it. Wa Fatimatu far'uha, and Fatima is the branch of that. Wa Aliyun liqahuha, and Ali is the implant on that tree and that branch. Wal Hasan wal Hussein thamaratuha, Al-Hasan wal-Hussein are the fruits of this tree. And then he said something for each one of us. وَمُحِبُّوهُمْ وَرَقُهَا. The leaves of that tree are those who love the family of Ahlul Bayt. And so this tree of Islam, the tree of Tashayyu, will always stand strong. Yes, seasons will come. Sometimes we will have many leaves, waraq, good colors. Sometimes the colors will fade. Sometimes in winter the leaves will die, but then new ones will come up. But the tree will always survive. And we are basically the leaves of that tree. Inshallah, with the wila of Ahlul Bayt, love of the Ahlul Bayt, commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this deen and mazhab, even in this part of the world, in Rufiji, inshallah, will continue and become stronger and stronger and stronger, inshallah. This is the first time I have come. I think when my father used to visit, I was in Iran at that time. I was 15 when I left Dar es Salaam. So this is the first time I'm coming to this part of Tanzania. And may inshallah, give Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give tawfiq, that this will not be the last visit, inshallah. Inshallah. I was actually 15 when I left to go to Iran for my studies. So I didn't get the opportunity that much to be part of his extensive travels. But a little bit that I know and I can remember is that he used to interact with people like one of them. He would make them feel comfortable and not feel like a foreigner. He would even sit down and eat with them, would not hesitate to do that. Even the very first madrasa which started by Sheikh Muhammad Ali Bonga, the one who was originally from the same area as Ikwiriri, was a very simple hut. But he didn't have any problem in even going there and be part of that process in order to convey the message of Ahlul Bayt to the people.
Watu hajui zuri maneno ya Ahlul Bayt, lo wao watajua, haina shaka watafuata mazhab Ahlul Bayt. Alhamdulillah, Haji Mageni yeye alifanya kazi kubwa. Wakati ye maneno moja alitoa kweli, alileta athari kubwa sana. Alisema wakati marhum rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi sayyid alikufa, yeye alihisi kama sisi iko tuko yatima.
Kwa hiyo historia ya Ushia sisi ndio tumeanzia, alafu wengine wamefuatia. Wakati wa marehemu Mzee Ali Ngongabule tulikutana naye wakati nipo Kigoma, alinifahamisha kwamba chanzo cha kuwa ushia ilitokana na yeye kuwa ni fundi simu. Katika uwaji wa fundi simu akaenda kutengeneza simu, alipangwa kwa Said Akhtar Rizvi. Wakati anatengeneza akamkuta Maulana anasoma Qur'ani, yeye akashtuka, Wahindi tunawajua baniani, leo inakuwaje na Qur'ani? Basi akaanza kumuuliza, wakaanza mazungumzo, akasema mimi na shehe wangu Muhammad Ali Ngongabule ana shule yake hapo nyuma Kauthara. Alipokwenda huyu ndo shekhe wayo mzee Ali, huyu mzee Ali Ngongabule kukutana na Maulana, ndio wakaanzisha Bilal Muslim Mission of Tanzania. Mwalimu wa kwanza darasani ndio yeye huyu mzee Ngongabule, nyumbani kwake hapo nyuma, na ndiye mtu ambaye aliingia Shia moja kwa moja wa kwa sababu mzee Ali alikuwa ni maamuma wa huyu mzee Ali Ngonda, alikuwa ni maamuma wa mzee Ngongabule. Kwa hiyo yule alikuwa kama kiunganishi, lakini huyu yeye ndo akawa mshia wa kwanza Afrika. Na kutokana na ualimu wake wakapatikana akina marehemu Shengurangwa, marehemu Shemahanaka kwenda kusoma Irani, mpaka wakina Sheikh Abdallah Seif mikononi mwa mzee Ngongabule. Kwa hiyo jicho la kwanza ni hapa Rufiji, sisi Wandengereko tumepokea ushia. Hii ni jitihada zetu za watu wa Ikulili, baada kuupokea ushia tuusambaze na maeneo mengine. Kaanza babu yetu mzee Ngongabule na mzee Ali, na sisi tunafuatia, lakini wote sisi ni matunda ya Maulana Said Akhtar Rizvi. Yeye ndio muasisi wa ushia kwa Waafrika.
So very initially, when the work started, he selected some young people, about 5 of them, and they studied the initial curriculum of the Hausa as far as the muqaddamat and the language is concerned, Arabic language. And in this, my father was directly involved, as well as another colleague of him, Marhum Agha Mehdi, who is from an Iranian background, whose ancestors came to Zanzibar more than 3 or 4 generations ago. And there was also an African sheikh by the name of Sheikh Muhammad Ali. So they trained these young people, and they selected 5 of them to go and study in Najaf. Those days Najaf was the main prominent Hausa of the Shia world, and this is in 1968. And so 5 of them were sent to Najaf. My father had already traveled there and made arrangements with the late Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Muhsin al-Hakim, and through his office. So they went there. Unfortunately, they couldn't stay long there because the Ba'ath party came to power. This is the days of Hassan al-Bakr, and they started expelling the foreign students from Najaf. Most of the Iranian and Afghani students were thrown out. This is where these African students found themselves in difficulty. So my father then had even some contacts with Imam Musa Sadr in Lebanon. And he says, he asked Imam Musa Sadr if you have some facility for education, a Hawzawi program, where they can go now until we find a more permanent location. And that's where they were transferred to Sur in Lebanon, which is in the southern part of Lebanon. But there also there was a lot of tension because of the influx of Palestinian refugees who had come from Jordan to Lebanon. There was fights between the Palestinian and the Israelis. Bombing used to happen very frequently in that region. So these students wrote to my father, if you would like to see us alive, please move us somewhere else because it's becoming very dangerous here. This is where he was able to then contact one of the prominent Maraji in Qum of those days, Ayatollah Sharif Madari, and got his support in this matter. And they were transferred from Lebanon to Iran, to Qum. And this was actually a very important step in establishing the roots of Tabligh among the indigenous African people.
As per my experience and sitting with the ulamas and going with the different countries, I can say Tanzania is the best part for the Tabligh of Mazhab Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salatu wassalam. For the Tabligh, unfortunately, when I joined in the Bilal, I saw the situation of the Muballighin. The Muballighin level was very down and very low level, but they were doing wonderful job as per they can do. Then we thought, no, it is not possible to succeed. We have to prepare our own Muballighin. Then we started the Hawza. It was the first Hawza in Africa for that level, which Alhamdulillah Jamiatul Mustafa, the University of the Iran, after completing 5 years of our students, they provided an advanced diploma certificate for our students. And also we started Tabligh in different angles for the villages. When I started the Bilal in Tanga, we had only 4 centers in Bilal Tanga branch. But after we worked very hard, we started one by one. But our system, first we were sending the Muballigh for the villages, which one he was working the near villages. And every Thursday, every Friday, they were going there, sitting with the people, advising them, preaching them. After that, people got interest to know Mazhab Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. Slowly they started to come in our mosque, in our centers. They started to send their children in our centers. After that, they requested us, please can you come in our village and start Tabligh, start madrasa there. Now we are ready. Alhamdulillah, we got the opportunity and then we started. But first we started the renting of the place for madrasa. We didn't build a mosque, we didn't build a madrasa, we didn't buy the land, but we started to hire or rent the land, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 1 room for teacher, 2 rooms for madrasa, 1 for girls, 1 for boys, and we started. One by one, in 7 years, I was working in the Bilal Tanga. Then we got 25 centers. From the 4, reached 25 centers. And Alhamdulillah, we got many students, we got many mu'minins. Around in Tanga, we got around 900 families.
You know, he did not work like the missionaries, Christian missionaries. There was no charity program, there was no employment after he became Shia, nothing. You know, his work was only to convey the message And those who accepted it without any expectation of material gain from him. And I think that is difficult, really. Although we cannot deny the economic and the charity element of that we had to take care of the people. But I think that was the purity of the act, which was very important. That those who came in without expecting anything as far as material gain is concerned.
Japo na changamoto ya maisha, mimi nimekubali mwenyewe kwa ridhaa yangu kuwa mwanafunzi bora wa Shia. Madhehebu yote ya Shia nimekubali, mwanafunzi bora wa Al-Bait.
When they accept Shiaism and when they accept the religion of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they are keen to learn more with their poor quality of life and their standard of understanding. If you compare those factors and their niyyah, their iman, I believe they need more assistance, more development. And in that factor, we have to uplift their standard of living, make them independent, so that they can learn more, they can practice in a comfortable manner, and they can spread from there. And I have witnessed, I have experienced that those convert Shias are more effective in spreading Shiaism, in spreading Islam, and they do everything by iman, that level of iman. So considering those factors and their lifestyle, they need quite assistance. They need assistance to upgrade their lifestyle, to even to facilitate them with the references, and for the basic requirements as well, like food, like shelter, water, masjid, centers. They are living in a very poor condition. As we went there and you saw how things are.
Mimi naitwa Bilal Rashidi Chaga, nizaliwa wa Ikulili Rufiji, mkoa wa Pwani. Nimeolewa na Shamte Sefu Kigumu na watoto wangu 7. Watoto wao tunasoma kwa shida na tabu. Hata mimi mwenyewe wanapenda niende nikatafute elimu muda mwingine, lakini zinanishinda sababu ya maisha magumu. Ninapotaka nianze kupika mpaka nikatafutie kuni, miembe nikaokotee, ndipo nije kuanza kupika, na chakula chenyewe pia kinachopatikana kwa shida, akipatikani kama tunavyopatikana kama wenzetu wengine. Na hata tupo tumefungua mradi wa kulima, tunalima kama kipindi kama cha sasa hivi. Inabidi maji tunatoa juu huku tunapeleka chini bondeni kwenda kumwagia kutumia mkono. Hatuna usaidizi aina chochote kusema labda sijui, tuna mambo mengine ya kutusaidia kumwagia labda sijui na mashine, hatuna, tunatumia nguvu. Kulima pia tunatumia nguvu. Hata huyo mume wangu ana kazi yake pia ya nguvu, kukata mkaa. Ajaliwe kule akate mkaa, atokee tajiri achome auze, ndipo tunapata riziki. Kama tujapata riziki, kwa hivyo inabidi tukatafute tu kazi kwa sukuma kama hivi, kwenda kuwasaidia kulima au kuvuna mitama, ndipo na sisi jioni tuje kupata riziki. Hata usomaji pia mimi mwenyewe najisikia taabu kwa ishireni kuhusu mazingira yetu mabovu. Hata nyumba yetu hata kama akija mvua hivi, mvua kidogo tu, huwa tunaloa ndani, na watoto wao pia nashindwa nilale nao vipi. Wengine wanalala hapa chini, wengine wanalala huko, maana watoto wengine washakuwa wakubwa. Huyo mmoja yupo darasa la 7, mmoja darasa la 6, mmoja darasa la 5, na huyo mmoja yupo darasa la 2, huyo mmoja yupo darasa la 1. Wawili bado hawajaanza shule. Hata kwenye ulalaji unakuwa tuna shida kuhusu mazingira yetu magumu.
Sawa. Na hii nyumba mnayokaa mnajenga vipi? Sisi hatujui mnajenga vipi, mnatumia hela nyingi, na kuna chumba ngapi kwenye nyumba yenyewe?
Hii nyumba kuna vyumba viwili, kimoja hiki hapo, kimoja hicho huko, na hapa ndo sehemu ya kupikia, na masufuria yangu ndo haya unayokuta hapa, na vyombo vyangu vya ndani maplastiki ndo hapa mawili, na beseni langu moja, masufuria yangu 4.
Na nyumba hii yenyewe mnajenga vipi?
Hii nyumba tunatumia kuchimba udongo chini, kwenda kukata miti wenyewe polini na kubeba kichwani kuleta hapa.
Na mnapata shida nyingi sana kufanya hivyo?
Na mbali zaidi kutoka hapa kwenda kutafuta miti, isipokuwa inabidi kwenda kutafuta miti na makuti polini, na hatuna usafiri ambapo wa kutusaidia na yoyote.
Na je, katika kuishi maisha yenu hapa mnahitaji hela ngapi katika mwezi ili uweze kuishi maisha yenu?
Kusema hela ngapi hivi, manake matumizi tunayotumia hatuapigii mahesabu. Muda mwingine kutwa moja tukapata tu, kutwa mzee tukapata hela shilingi 1000. Wanaona shilingi 1000 na watoto angali kwa ndogo, lakini kwa vile tunachapata 1000 inabidi nilazimishe ili itoshe kwa siku moja. Sio labda inatosha kwa kutosha, haitoshi. Isipokuwa kwa vile ndo hali ndo nishatafuta kutwa mzima, nishapata hela shilingi 1000, inabidi hapo itoshe isitoshe, inabidi itosheleze.
Na hiyo hela mnaitafuta, yani mnaifanyia kazi kitu fulani au mnaitafutia vipi hela hiyo?
Naitafuta kama hivi, mume wangu anaweza kwenda kwenye tenda, aenda kumsaidia mtu kusukuma mzigo wake au kumsaidia kazi yake, huwa anaweza hela akapata shilingi 1000. Au mimi mwenyewe naweza kwenda kuwasukuma, kwenda kuwasaidia kuvuna mtama kama kipindi cha sasa hivi, nikapata hela 1000 au 700. Kama yeye mzangu kule kapata 1000, mimi nikapata 700, huwa tunachanganya, tunapata mambo ya kula.
Alafu wakati unalima ile matunda unayopata au chochote unachopata, mnakula wenyewe au mnaenda kuiuza ili mpate hela? Yale matunda au mavuno yanakuwa madogo, maana yake kazi ni kubwa lakini mavuno yanakuwa madogo, tunatumia kula wenyewe. Maana yake hayatoshelezi na kwenda kuuza. Matunda kipato ni kidogo kutokana na hali zetu ngumu. Sawa. Na matatizo mengine au changamoto mnayopata ni nini, kama labda tuseme umeme au mna maji machafu au vitu kama hivi, na shida gani?
Umeme hapa hatuna, na maji tunayo safi, hapo nyumba ya pili sio ya kwetu.
Started economic upliftment schemes with them. We see the environment, what they can do there. For instance, there is a place in Kigoma, Katumbi. You have to cross the lake Tanganyika to reach there. So those people there, they are fishermen. So the only economic upliftment scheme that you can use there is fishing. So we have tried, and we are trying to facilitate them with the fishing nets, and we gave them as a capital to start with, so that they can be independent. And it depends on the centers. For instance, there are centers, they work together, they can work as a community, and there are some centers we have effective members who individually you can uplift them. So it depends on how to give them economic empowerment that way. Sheikh Mageni, hivi hapa Waislamu tunaishije?
Tunaishi sisi kwa njia ya kilimo hapa.
Kilimo
Naam.
Huwa masaa mangapi tunalima masaa mangapi, tunalima zao lipi?
Tunalima kiasi ya masaa 6, masaa 4 tunalima asubuhi, masaa 2 tunalima jioni.
Okay.
Mazao gani?
Mazao tunalima hapa mpunga, mahindi. Wakati mwingine tunakaa bustani ya matigiti. Tunalima matigiti, naam.
Na hayo mazao mnafanyia biashara au ni mazao ya chakula?
Mazao ya biashara kama vile matigiti, mabamia, yanakuwa mazao ya biashara, ya chakula ndo kama hivyo mahindi na mpunga. Lakini kama tunapata kwa wingi basi na tunafanya biashara. Tukipata kiasi cha haja basi tunakula tu.
Unajua mazingira yetu pia katika kilimo huwa tunajenga vibanda vidogo vidogo kwa ajili ya kuweza kukaa katika ulinzi. Kwa mfano kama ile kule Dungu, unaona lile?
Ndio.
Yaani zile ni nyumba rasmi, ni kwamba wanakaa watu kwa wakati ule wa mavuno, wasije ndege kuja kula au usiku kuja wanyama pori. Kwa hiyo tunajenga mabanda kama hayo, ndio mazingira yetu yalivyo.
Mashallah, mnajitahidi kwa kweli. Wakati mgumu
wakati mgumu. Na ulimaji wetu ndo wajembe bwana, kama unavyojua. Nalima ulimaji wa jembe.
Kwa mkono tu.
Kwa mkono tu, sababu hatuna uwezo kununua matrekta sisi.
Na kwa watu mnalima kwa pamoja au kila mtu heka yake?
Yaani tunalima kifamilia. Familia hiyo analima mashamba yao na familia nyingine mashamba yake. Ndio tunavyokwenda.
Wanaume kwa wanawake au
wanaume kwa wanawake na zaidi wanawake. Wengine sinafanya kazi zingine.
Kwa hiyo mnasaidiziana.
Na mama anaweza akawa au shambani, baba ukawa unashughulika gongoni kwa mambo mengine. Maana yake mkiamua kulima wote kama wakati wa kilimo, hamuwezi kupata chakula au mwezi kupata mahitaji mengine. Mpaka wakati wa mavuno ndio mnaweza mkafanya kazi wote kwa pamoja. Lakini katika kipindi cha kulima mavuno bado, basi inabidi wanawake wana asilimia kubwa, kwa wao ndio wenye kulima. Wanalima, wanakuwa na asilimia kubwa kwa wanalima wa wanawake.
Kwa kweli wanawake wetu kwenye tablighi wamo.
Naam,
kwenye kusaidiana kiuchumi wamo.
Wapo, naam.
Kuwaendeleza watoto maisha wamo. Mashaallah, mashaallah. Watoto wetu, yani wanawake wetu wana kazi nyingi sana.
Wana kazi nyingi sana. Kwa mfano naona asubuhi watakuwa shambani. Naona kutoka saa 8 hadi saa 10 watakuwa wanapata masomo ya dini.
Masomo ya dini
kutoka saa 10, saa 11 narudi tena shambani. Kwa hiyo muda wao wa kupumzika wanakuwa kwenye saa 5, 6, 7, 8. Basi masaa yao hayo. Katika masaa 12 wanapumzika masaa 4.
Na hii ndio ya maji ya kunywa?
Ndio wanakunywa kwa ajili looni pakikauka, basi wanaamua kunywa.
There was a mu'min who was in a hardship and he was ready to do anything for work. So, and his position, he had a wife and 4 kids. Kids were into the position of going to the school, but unfortunately no financial backup. So, so he came and asked that, I don't want money from you. What I want is a skill or something to advise that it will give me relief forever. So we guided him with driving, and we bought a tricycle. Here they call it boda tuk-tuk, something like that, which can carry cargo and assist him in transportation. So he started, after driving lessons, he got the driving license, he started, and we monitored him for 6 months, and he was so eager, he was so much loyal in his work, that within 8 months he gave us the money back, and he said, now I am able, now I am comfortable in taking care of my family, and he started his life from there. So this is one that I can say. There was another lady, these African families have a taboo of having more than one wife. So there was a lady there, Shia, and she had she was I think the first wife or the second wife. Yeah. So the lady had a similar economic problems, children at home, no going to school, and she asked. She always come and ask for the school fees, for food, for like that. We tried to talk to her and ask that how how we can make her independent. So we came up with a thing that where the area that she was living, the area had an electricity. So we gave her the idea to have a deep freezer so that she can have cold water and ice to sell. So she started that business, and alhamdulillah, from that business she started earning little, and now she is self-sufficient. So we try to see the area, the environment, the community where it belongs, what are their needs. So we advise them accordingly so that they can have their sustenance. We have two kinds of sponsorships, and it channelized through Africa Federation, obvious. There is Zainabia Child Sponsorship Scheme that deals with all levels, primary level, and there is a portion of amount that we give them, and we pay direct to the schools for their upliftment so that the child doesn't suffer in studying. So they be comfortable, they know that the school fees have been paid, so they be comfortable and learn. And we have also a scheme whereby we target the students for the higher education. So we see and we assess accordingly, and we try to assist as much as we can from these two schemes. So we have two schemes. There is ZCSS and there is BLESS.
Well, as far as, how do I feel about the achievements that I see? In a way, it's not surprising, but to know about it from the reports I used to hear from him, or, what was published from Bilal Muslim Mission, or I hear from others, is a different thing from actually meeting the people who are the fruits of his hard work. Especially the Sheikh, when he talks about, this is the land where Shiaism started. And he says it was because of his, visit and hard work. Especially when they talk about the era immediately after his death. That when he passed away, unfortunately things were not maintained in the same way. It has taken some time for the organization to come back. And the expression they have is that we felt yatim, we still feel we are yatim and orphaned after him. In late 80s, when I was in Canada, I got invitation from some of the Shi'i communities in the Caribbean region to visit them. So I went to Trinidad, Virgin Islands, and decided to also go and visit this community in Guyana. And it was very interesting for me that when Marhum Latif Ali, he introduced me to his community, his words were very moving for me. He said, we all know our spiritual father, Sayyid Akhtar Rizvi. We are his spiritual children. But this is his real child, his son, has come to visit. My father, unfortunately, never, thought about it, but never was able to visit them. But this is where I consider it to be the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As somebody, born in India, moves up in Tanzania, but is able to have an impact among the people so far away from here. In Guyana, that the Shi'i community linked their root to him. Upon the death of my father, Latif Ali sent me a message which was read in his Arba'in in Toronto program that we had, where he says that the student, Sayyid Akhtar, the teacher, and Latif Ali, the student. Although they met once in London in the first conference of Wabil, the Rabitat al-Alam al-Islami, where my father was one of the founders of it, with along with Shaheed Mahdi al-Hakim, Shahristani, as well as Bahr al-Ulum. And there he had a eulogy in English poetry where he says, although Sayyid Akhtar is no more, but his lions are still there, roaring in the jungles of Guyana, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali. You know, and that's where I think, you know, this is where the issue of ikhlas and sincerity comes in. If that is there, you know, the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always there. And He can do things that you cannot even imagine, means without any resources. Those days we didn't have emails or internet and this and that. All the correspondence was by postal system. But you could have an impact even by written words if you do it in the right way and with total sincerity.